when you talk to people, a lot of times people will say, we've got a pipeline problem, but I think you have to make a concerted effort to grow that pipeline. For sure, diversity and inclusion is a very important cause for us, something that we're putting a lot of effort into. The reality is, as video games become more and more ubiquitous, which they are, we're going to want to have broader and broader audiences. We need to appeal to many different people, not your typical white male gamer anymore. The reality is there's all kinds of players out there, and if we want to grow our audience, we're going to need to know our audience, and the only way we'll be able to do that is if we have more diversity in our own ranks.
Has it been challenging at all to find those diverse perspectives for your own studio?
Honestly, no. What's interesting is I feel like if you really put some effort in it and you really decide this is something you want to go after, it's not as hard as you think it is. You just have to pay attention and put some time into it.
I've read a little bit about how the culture here at Vicarious Visions is a big part of why you've stayed for so long. How would you describe that culture here?
It's a video game company, so of course the culture has to be very fun-loving. But what's interesting about it, I would say different from other video game studios, is being out here in Albany, we really kind of have to be each other's family. All of us, most of us, are transplants from outside of the area, and it's important that we have a strong community together. So it's a really strong environment where everyone loves just being with each other.
And what kind of precedent did Karthik and Guha Bala set for that culture when they first started the company?
Well, certainly, I think they grew up in the video game industry, so I think they understood that it's necessary in order to attract that kind of creative talent. You have to create an environment that's warm and welcoming to those kinds of personalities. So it was definitely ingrained in the DNA from the get-go.
What are some of the things that you do to attract people to the East Coast or to Albany specifically?
Particularly for staff that's more senior coming out from the West Coast, there's a different quality of life that you get here. It's a lot easier here. You're not dealing with traffic. It's far more affordable to live here. You can actually buy a house. You can't really do that in San Francisco per se. But beyond that, not specifically related to Albany per se, it's really about those key values that I talk about. That's the main thing that we share, that you as a new person here, you have an opportunity to shape a studio, make a difference. You have an opportunity to work on new and interesting things. Your new ideas and fresh ideas are truly valued here. Like, that is a key component to our success.